Been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks,
Big
guys.
Perspectives.
New podcast. We got our first guest here ever.
What's up?
Brother?
I'm not famous, so.
None of us are, but what's up?
It's right here. Weedy's hugging him. He's fucking happy to be here.
Yeah. Probably the wrong person to bring on. I've never smoked before, so I'm a virgin, but.
So, what better big perspective to get?
No,
That's on your
the
first
thing
date
here
thing.
is we're about anybody's perspectives, as long as they're genuine and you're an individual. You're not like
we
you're
won't
not
force
putting
anyone to
on a
smoke.
bunch of shit for other people or nothing. You're yourself, and you know you're yourself, and just authentic perspectives, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all worth hearing, right?
Yeah.
Baked or non-baked, baked or raw.
I'm baked to
Dude, you got the rocks tits. Look at that shit.
Those are bongos, man. Those are bongo tits. Are you checking out a fucking car? Hey, what's going on here?
It's turned into a porn podcast.
It's a West Sider just like the rest of us. They don't really know where we're at. We could be West Side,
We're in the
West Side, Iowa,
country.
or West Side where Boise.
We're in the
West
west side
Seattle.
of the country, but we're not as far as Cali. That makes
That's
sense.
what I'm bringing it.
We're pretty close, but we're
Yeah. But we're authentic.
We're in fucking Arizona, right?
Okay. So since it's been a couple of weeks and stuff,
it's been
what
a
are we going
couple
to talk about? What is big news or what is thing?
What have any of you guys heard on the news lately? Any big news stories other than Biden being puppeteered like always?
It's just a lot of shit's just.
Do you guys
It's
think?
just hype. I mean,
Do you
media
think
is so
Biden's gonna
hype.
make it though? At least to the end of his term without dying?
I don't know. He needs to take more naps.
He's
very
getting further
sleepy.
than I thought he was gonna make
He's
it.
very sleepy.
I thought he was gonna be done by now.
For an old dude, I mean, even if you don't like him or not, for an old dude, he's getting the shit beat out of him. But the fucker's like 80 years old, but he's trying to run to the whole country shit. If once we're 80, well, what are you gonna do? Who's gonna do your roll? Get your pre-rolls or anything, man.
Hopefully they have the
Do
drive-through
your
ones by
kids or
then.
your grandkids. you have to fucking call the fucking
I'm gonna grow
the
that
drone to come in.
I'm gonna grow that marijuana tree.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna get all labbed
Don't
up.
know if it can happen. I looked it up everywhere. And
Yeah?
It seems like no one's ever tried to grow a marijuana tree.
Well,
They all kill their plant once it flowers.
Yeah, I mean that's the cycle. But I mean years back, we used to read High Time magazine and stuff like that. But there are people in Mexico, way down in Mexico, that have a tree of marijuana, a little tree, like not as tall as a giant pine tree, but 20 like a giant olive tree. And when you see the picture of the house, I'm thinking, oh, well, that's neat. But then they show other pictures closer, and no, it's a huge fucking weed tree because it just grew and they just kept watering it. And
As close as I got to
I
that.
don't know if it's got to do with genetics or the climate or the elevation or
Have you
whatever.
seen videos or you saw it?
Just the pictures.
Pictures? Because I've seen videos
Yeah.
online when I
Oh,
try
yeah?
to look up
A
trees.
tree?
No, they say it's trees, but it's like tall, like 10
No.
feet tall, huge, but it's a bush.
No,
I'm talking
because-
about, I want to see a trunk like this.
Oh yeah,
I
they
want to
can
see a
develop
fucking
trunks like
trunk.
that, but
Not just
I
saying,
don't know
I want to see a
if
trunk.
the genetics are like that.
If it has a trunk, it's a tree, right?
Because back in the day, all the weed in Mexico grew for 9 months. They planted the shit.
And then they kill it. That's the
No,
thing.
they planted it, and the shit got super tall by October or so. You know, from Chihuahua. You guys know about Chihuahua, probably.
Yeah.
Well, he does.
Weedlands.
Both you guys, they're weed plants. And then they go up in the mountains with flashlights, and they go up there and they pick that shit for a month or so, and stuff that's grown for
But they
all
pick that
year.
at night.
Now they got the new. They got this. What they grow now is just shit that's just like it grows. The Reggie gets up.
You know what they call it?
It only gets this big, and it's done in like 4 months.
They call
And they
it
just hack it, cure
fentanyl
it, smash it. What?
Fentanyl weed.
Fentanyl weed? Fentanyl.
They just fucking fentanyl nutrients and they water it.
Yeah.
Fentanyl weed. I just made that up.
Maybe they're putting that shit in all.
Well,
of it.
okay, as long
I
as
don't
it doesn't
know
go
if
in to get
drugs
into
or nothing like that.
dispensaries, I'm good. But we're talking about that we're making an idea for marijuana drive-thrus.
No, pre-roll.
The pre-roll drive-thrus, like they have liquor drive-thrus, you know? They have
Yeah.
drive-thrus. And all
No,
the liquor
because
shops.
the shows we have.
Why they don't have
And
drive-thrus for
because
pre-rolls?
it's like, damn it, no, there's a fuck ton of people. And I go, okay,
Every
what's
time
the
you
problem in the dispensary? He's like, well, you got the guys that, oh, well, I'm looking for a sativa and a gram of thing.
I gotta smell them.
People to smoke on my pocket podcast. Stop.
I gotta see how it looks. I gotta smell it. They don't even let you do that. They used to
you're
touch
saying-
it. They used to let you
So,
smell it.
so our
They don't let you touch it
idea
no more.
is to have a drive-through like a liquor store that
Yeah.
only offers certain, like 4 or 5 different strains, indica and this.
So it's like a
and,
McDonald's menu. You just
Yeah,
go
and
up,
you-
you're
no,
like-
you
so
go up-
you know what you want. Like
If you're gonna get picky, then go to the actual dispensary
Yeah.
and be picky.
yeah.
But right now
For
everyone's picky at
people
the
who are just on the
dispensaries.
fly. Go
Like,
to
you
the
gotta
party.
have like the top 5 items that you sell the most that you know people are just gonna get
Yeah.
put up there and
Why
just
not?
fucking go.
Hey,
real
cool.
quick.
Look, we didn't even have that perspective. The top selling items. We were just like, let's have a few options or some shit, right? Top selling items.
You have your deal of the day. It's just like soup, you know.
The deal of the day, which is
Like
like
the
soup.
soups like at restaurants.
But well, the thing that's put is I was telling, but even at that, even more advanced than that, let's have a fucking machine right next to the red box machines of the
The
surf.
fucking vending machine. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Right.
It-
One that you could scan your ID in.
You
'cause
can,
you
yeah.
could scan IDs.
But until somebody came up with a plasma cutter and cut it open and stole all the pre-rolls out of it or something.
They're not
No, as long
worth
as you
that
have it
much.
inside the
Pre-rolls
store
aren't
or
worth that
something.
much.
Or, you know, got legalities and shit about it like that, but
Honestly,
still a drive-through fucking fast, efficient drive-through pre-roll thing.
Yeah, we just get to the Amazon level and just deliver it to their house.
Yeah.
only thing that sucks is that it could take a few days if you don't have Prime or something.
Yeah, you gotta have you gotta have Weed Prime.
Wheat Prime.
Yeah. But it's all good, cause
What if there was an ice cream truck
We know
with weed?
no, we're saying that,
It just plays the Cheech and Chong
the
lowrider
dudes,
song.
that going around my house in golf carts with fucking all
Oh.
kinds of potato
Corn
chips hanging
people.
on the fucking.
Oh, the lotero.
What's it called?
Eloteros. Corn
the,
people.
the corn sauce.
I don't know. They're in golf carts
They're
and they
not
got all
corn
kinds of chips
farmers
and shit.
like me, but they're corn people.
That's like, you know, they got pre-rolls on there. Come on, the fucking dude's driving up and down the sidewalk all day, staking up the schools, posted up, waiting to pick out the kids' lunch money and shit. And it's like, those guys could be doing the pre-rolls too.
I wonder what the legal
No, but yeah,
course
that
would
was
look
all
like
that
to
bullshit.
like
It's gotta have
mobile
be-
delivery service. Because you know, I feel like if that was already legalized, you'd have places like California or something.
Well, they
like
have
that already.
delivery and shit right now, but still, we're talking about convenient, fast. Hey,
They've
I'm
always
going
had
here and
delivery
there, we're on a
from
road
the
trip.
Dispensaries, no, from the dispensaries, they've always had delivery, but it's
Yeah,
fucking
but
expensive.
nah, fuck that.
Yeah. But why is it expensive? It's not the
Because they
shipping
charge you like
cost, or-
$20 for delivery or some shit like that. Like, come on.
It's not this. You
$20,
just don't want any
that's
weirdo
another
coming
like
to your
4
house
euros
either,
or
and,
5.
and bringing you weed and shit. You know what I mean? Even though it's legal. I mean,
I
in
mean, we
my
have
opinion.
weirdos dropping packages off all the time, though.
Well, yeah, they could. Fuck, how many times you ordered? What do you call that?
That is true,
Uber
man.
food, and we fucking waited for. How long did we wait that one night? For like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half almost.
No,
for
the time,
pizza.
it turned into a time stop. Something there's an anomaly in reality, and the fucking time wouldn't move. It was locked.
Because
Remember?
we're super high.
Well, not just that. But we were thinking.
Dude,
I
I
lost
don't know
my
if you
phone.
know about
We were
this.
talking for half an hour. I say, well, goddamn, where's that bitch at with her food? And it's like, dude, it's only been 10 minutes. Like, bullshit. I know how long the fucking time has been. It's been longer than that. No.
Yeah, one time I was on a date. Well, we were just at my house, me and this girl. I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. You hungry? Yeah, all right, let's get some food. We ordered food. This fucking lady, I don't know if she got in a car accident, but she was stuck on the road for like 30 minutes. I'm like, she's not moving. She's not moving. And then come to find out, like,
What's in your car? Her cover.
like 45 minutes after that, like, I get a message like your order cannot be delivered. I'm like, fuck. So I mean, this girl are fucking starving. I'm like, my bad, like DoorDash. It was during COVID, like last year.
Oh, okay,
We couldn't
okay.
really go anywhere. And then I had reorder, and that should take like a whole other hour. It was the fucking worst with DoorDash.
Holy shit.
And it's up to flojera. You just don't want to get in your fucking car and go get it yourself,
It's
right?
flojera.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's like convenience, obviously,
Convenient.
yeah, but
And you got a vibe going right there at your house. It's like with the podcast or something, and you don't want to break that up. And
It's like, I
Yeah.
want to be boss. I can make us some food to here.
no, we're just super high.
I'm a
and we
boss,
just want to eat no
but
matter
you better
what.
Yeah, especially like
I'm gonna treat you, but you better treat me later.
if you think about it, yeah, like you don't want to drive drunk to go get food, like
Oh yeah, especially
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're
yeah,
drinking.
So I
fuck
think
yeah.
that's real convenient on that.
I mean, if you're
Right.
high, maybe, but if you're like drunk.
But what about the people that split your food and do all kinds of rank shit? Like, And then the ones that get on the doorbell cam and stuff where the guy's there. You seen that? Where
I've seen some
Yeah.
that shit, but
Oh, I see like some people showing.
that's the one thing
Camera.
about my food too. Yeah, that I'm just a lot of them put
Now
the
they put the
little
stamps.
sealed
Yeah.
thing, but last time I did on my pizza, they put a sealed sticker.
Ordering sucks.
They put a sealed sticker, right? So like, but the sticker like was untaped when it got there, so it wasn't even
It
like.
wasn't ripped, but it was
Yeah, I'm
like
just
they
like,
didn't stick good.
You didn't even put it on right, so what the fuck's
Yeah,
the
I
point?
hate
My
one.
food's all done, you know.
I order like Wendy's,
Altered.
a meal, and they'll bring me my drink and my burger, and then the Baconator fries aren't there. Like, what the fuck? Completely missing.
Okay, so
I try to complain to everything, nothing. I never got anything back. So whoever the driver was probably ate them.
so prime example, I ordered DoorDash today. I ordered Chipotle burrito with all the ingredients. I just add the last burrito I had bought, like chicken with guac, with lettuce, all the shit, everything you could throw on there. Double tortilla wrap. It's a fucking mini baby what I order when I get it. I got to my door and I freaking picked it up. I'm like, this is too light. They forgot my burrito.
Oh, you know.
Brought you no burrito?
And then I checked the bag and it's still the chips are in there. And then there's a small little wrapped like tin foil thing. I'm like,
That's
okay,
a tortilla.
This is just a tortilla. It has to be just a tortilla. And I opened that shit, and it was just a chicken with the tortilla wrap, like wrapping the chicken.
Like a little taquito.
Yeah, it was a little, and I was like, this
What
is not
the
what I fucking ordered.
fuck?
So they fucked up my order.
Chipotle burritos are like this.
That's what I'm saying. But
I never ate it.
all they did was put the chicken and tortilla. That's all they did. Like they fucked up my order. So
Shit.
Well, a lot of places don't have fucking qualified people working at their places now either. I
There's
went
a
to
lot of-
Firehouse Subs a while back and stood in line forever, and you could tell the tension of the girl that ran the place and was running the register, and the two people making the sandwiches. You could feel that there wasn't a working dynamic there. You know, there was something going on.
There was some
And
tension.
something. There's a fallout or something. And I
Well-
stood there and stood there and stood there. I go, so
One-
what? Are you gonna take my order? Do I pay here or what?
I think one of them-
And I said, you know what? Nah, fuck it.
And you just took off?
Yeah, I took off.
You know my theory?
And when I turned around and left, there was fucking. When I went in, I was like behind two dudes. But when I turned around and left, there was like fucking 10 people, and they have these. It was called the Starbucks mentality, or it'd be
Starbucks?
no, the in and out mentality, like, let's get in a fucking line like we're going into Disneyland and just sit in it for an hour when they have people coming, hey, what's gonna be your order? Because you're in this line like a dumb fuck and you're gonna be here for a fucking hour. What are you gonna order? Oh, well, what are this and that? And it just, I don't get it, man. How people can just sit in lines like that, but it's just how people adapt or they're
I can tell
it's
you
a
why.
thing. If humans see other people just line up like that, it's like, it ain't a bad thing. They're going to beside a fucking Safeway
Everyone's
and
doing it.
Starbucks, and there's a fuck ton of line of people, chicks waiting for their Starbucks today. But it's all right. They're not getting aggravated or nothing. You
Yeah.
got a herd mentality that, no, well, that was like this. I mean, it's just like waiting for a ride on Disneyland. We're just,
Yeah.
chilling, waiting for my fucking Venti Laffy Champa
Venti
Champa
Laffy.
fucking Choi something blah blah blah.
venti,
Venti.
mocha something.
I
Starbucks.
used to try to get my daughter stuff there, and every time I would get in an argument, it's like, do you mean a Bente? I just want a large frappy, caramel frappy. That's it. Oh, do you mean a Bente? I just want the fucking thing like that. It's called a caramel frappy. No, you want a Bente or a Bente? And would you like a scone with that? And I'm, oh God, I don't speak Starbucks, man.
I know the grande, that means large, but it's not the large. Venti
I
doesn't
don't
mean
know.
large,
I don't
but
know.
that's their large.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's a culture. It's a thing. It's a problem.
But at the Firehouse Subs, I think there was some tension because one of them fucked the other one. There's 3 of them, 2 of them fucked. And there's some tension.
No, she was like a little Guatemalan lady or something, and she was in charge. But
She
the other
fucked-
two people,
and
you
she
could
fucked
tell
one of
they
those
tried to
two
make their
people.
stuff, but they weren't saints. They were like, oh yeah, there was tension, there was something, man. And these are like franchise killers and shit. Just like on a larger scale, companies or factories or something, especially nowadays, they're gonna retain toxic management supervisors and stuff like that because, oh, how are we gonna replace them? But they don't understand that you keep these toxic people. They're the ones that bring the drama and talk bad about a place. They're the ones that poison the new people,
And make them toxic.
and not just that, they don't manage them right, or they're not letting people buy in and being a part of something. you know, as leaders, to manage people and stuff is a lot about leadership, and that really doesn't occur anymore, especially in situations like that where they just retain, or it's a family-owned thing, and they got they could be family related or whatever, but they keep these people no matter how many scandals, no matter how many people bounce out, good, solid workers and people that are ready to commit and be a part of something, and they bounce out because why? You're keeping these motherfuckers, but you know, they see it like, oh, how we can replace it? The place is functioning. No. Nowadays, you got to see what's poisoning the well. I mean, are you going to do that? You're going to have that. You're just constantly getting people, but you're not going to get people to stay or something. All the talent's going to come in and bounce out. Nobody's going to commit and feel like, okay.
Yeah, fuck.
Like they want you to belong and
managers
stuff,
are
and that's what places desperately need right now, you know?
Yeah.
I've been in plenty of jobs that I like the job, but the managers sucked, and eventually I have no more there because fuck.
Where's that
the
studio manager at with the more drinks?
Studio manager.
I'll get the other.
Give me, what is that shit, crazy stuff that told, this
Right.
guy's a veteran drinker. I don't know how a guy stays in such shape with bondo tits, but he can drink like a
shit ton.
He drink like a fucking Las
want
Vegas
something else?
fucking casino
Here's
guy.
another one. Look. I thought, you used to drink those back in the day. So
Did I?
the
No,
Red-
just regular.
It was just Red's apple. I don't know what Red's wicked apple means, but I was like, maybe you'll like it.
Fucking wicked, bro.
It's against religion, you know,
Oh shit.
organized religion, and I'm not gonna get into that.
Be right back.
8% alcohol, no. This is like from fucking
Four Locos.
Austria or Germany.
It's like a Four Locos right there.
Really? Try this shit out. Why the fuck not?
Let me know how that is. What countries have you been to? I don't, other than Mexico. Well, you've been to Mexico, right?
Many times.
Oh yeah.
Just more so northern Mexico and parts of Sonora and a little bit past that in Chihuahua. Not much. I mean, I've researched a lot of. I do a lot of fucking reading and researching on different things when I get interested in something, you know.
Yeah.
Because you can't, not physically able to go, or I don't pull the trigger enough. Like, God, that's so interesting. I want to go to Iceland and check it out, and you know what I mean? Because it's interesting, but I don't know. Maybe that's something I gotta push for it.
Like, what country would you want to go visit right now?
Okay.
Like,
Which
if
country?
you had like, if somebody's gonna pay your entire trip, airplane, hotel,
Food,
For how much
hookers,
time? How long?
We're
coke,
going for a month.
everything.
We're going for a month.
A month. Wow. And it's gotta be one country only.
Sure, one country. We'll pick one country for now.
One country. I like a lot of the Eastern Bloc countries for their history and castles and shit. Like maybe Romania, Czech Republic,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I've been really currently interested in like the Nordic countries, like fucking Iceland, Finland, Denmark.
They're nice. People think because it's called Iceland, it's just ice. No, it's like
Right? Greenland is full of ice, right?
I don't remember.
No,
Green-
Greenland's got green stuff in it, but Iceland
It's
it
green,
is
right?
green. Yeah, but there's no trees or nothing. The Vikings and cut off. There used to be.
I think that's where they
Till
film a
man
lot of
after-
movies and
Yeah,
shit.
they do. But they cut down all the trees and everything, made boats and burned it and whatever, you
And
know.
never came back.
They would get the Vikings. I mean, they catch sharks and fish and whatever, and then dig a hole in the beach and piss on it, and then bury it. And the ammonia in your piss would preserve it because they didn't have salt to preserve it stuff. It was a technique for them to stay
They
alive.
pissed on it to preserve
Piss
food.
on the fish or shark meat or whatever. They buried it in the beach and let it sit.
You can preserve fish like that?
Well,
I think fish
I
are
guess
dangerous.
because the ammonia in the piss, I guess, does it or something, keeps it. And back in the olden times, I mean, that was the whole thing. If you can't preserve your food, you got to go out and kill it constantly and
Yeah,
everything
every
else.
day.
You know what I mean? And that's why salt was so fucking like worth a bunch. That's why a lot of places in
You saw your meat and shit and dry it.
in Germany and these places, Salzburg and all them, they controlled all that for years because they had the mines that had all the salt deposits and shit, and it was like
And beef jerky's
the
the best.
rich people had their salt, their sugar in little fancy golden things and stuff, and like yes, we got just like we do with Coke if good Coke exists.
It's like if we lost power
Not that I
now.
would know.
If we lost power now, salt would become so valuable. If we were to lose power and not be able to get it back on,
Power?
like light. If we lost
These
power,
are
light.
solar panels, right? It should be fine.
Well, you can't power that much with solar panels, man. I mean, like if like the grid went down and no more light, yeah, with solar panels, yeah, with generator, but also gas is gonna end up going away if you don't have power, like actual power, without generators and solar panels. Salt would become so valuable.
We have to develop groups of Power Rangers
Power
that can
Rangers.
morph into big generating Power Rangers.
It's morphin time. Not to be confused with morphine time. It's morphin
No, that's a
time.
whole.
Morphine time was more like this.
Oh, damn. That sounds fun.
Morphine.
But morphin time, you turn into a Power Ranger and you do shit what needs to get done.
How is that?
It's good. I mean, it's sweeter, but I'm trying to. I'm searching for the 8% alcohol in it because
Probably dump like 2 tons of sugar in there.
It's all sugar.
I don't know. So, okay, yeah. What I mean, recently I've been researching the Nordic countries, not so much to go visit, but to eventually go live there or something, or live there half part time.
Yeah.
But what about you? That you've been everywhere. You live in Vegas half the time, and
That'll
you
be
got
a lot, but
places, chalets up in
How many days total do you
Aspen
think
is-
you've been in Vegas this year?
this year's just started. It's only one.
Oh, I meant last year.
Last
dozens.
You've
I
been
remember
more than one
anytime I
day
would
this
ask
year.
him, he's like, no, he's in
He's in
fucking
Vegas
here.
again.
No, you went to Hawaii. What the
Oh, you went to Hawaii too?
Come on, let's not talk about that shit. None of us fucking
Vegas.
dogs have ever been.
He sent the video right when he got to Hawaii. And like it's from the plane and he gets off and it looks shitty. It's like a flat,
It was
ugly
Maui.
field.
When I did in Maui, it looked ugly. It looked like the hills here in Arizona and shit, like just dry.
Really?
I was like, damn, this is Hawaii? Like, are you sure you didn't turn around and land in fucking
No,
Arizona
it's
again?
like,
No, and then, like, that's what I was like. I was super disappointed, but like once we started driving towards our hotel, it was nicer, but it still wasn't like Hawaii nice.
Like in the movies,
What
right?
was
Yeah.
missing? Because the way
It was
they
just-
film it and present it, like, oh, look at this exotic waterfall. The whole place is like,
Well, they only show the good
So obviously,
places.
yeah.
look at these topless girls here.
All
with
the
their
hot
feet.
bitches
They're
and
all
shit,
over the
right?
island
And then you
everywhere.
get there and it's a bunch of big
They're
fat
serving
dudes.
you drinks.
It was
Face tattoos.
It was like it wasn't until the third day where we decided to do it's called the Road to Hana. It's like a 58-mile stretch of road or whatever that you drive.
Uh-huh.
Small little street that you drive through, like
Oh,
it's
you
up in the
drive.
hills,
Uh-huh.
but it's really tropical and it's really really green. I'm like, this is Hawaii.
Okay.
I'm like, this looks like the fucking movies you watch.
And were you able to pull off the road and actually go get in the fucking
There was-
jungle a little bit?
Yeah, there's multiple spots and there's like multiple hikes you can do. The one we did, I think, is called Two Falls or something like that. It's like two giant waterfalls. And then you hike through a bamboo forest. It was really nice.
You got waterfalls?
Yeah, we
Oh,
walked through two
So
of
that's
them.
fresh water, right? Coming out of the earth?
Yeah.
It's
I
a
don't know if it's
waterfall?
fresh water, but that shit was beautiful.
You didn't lick the water?
Fuck no, I ain't looking
Well, they
at
say
water.
look, water in Hawaii's all fucked up now.
And then
Yeah.
when we were driving back, the road was fucked up, but like we were driving back and it was super green. There was like farms, and then like the sun was setting and the ocean was there. I'm like, it's probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I was like,
Wow.
I never had many things like take my breath away, but when I saw that, I was just like, god damn it, that's beautiful.
Well, you ever been in Cali at the beach when the sun sets? I've only been there once
only
when the
been-
sun set and it looked awesome too.
It was only Santa Monica, that's the thing, and like I
In
don't-
Santa Monica,
that
where
was-
I-
yeah,
where
I
I-
feel like that.
No, wait, I went to Hermosa Beach. It's in Venice Beach or some bullshit. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I think it was Venice. Yeah, it was Venice.
Yeah, and the sun was setting and I took pictures. It looked awesome. This is the only time I've been there with a sunset though.
There was a dog shit and broken bottles and shit.
Yeah, that's what I was
everywhere.
gonna say. Like the beaches in
when
Hawaii.
I went-
I mean, I heard there's nice ones in California, but not the one we've been to.
Really?
Yeah, like there's other nicer ones.
In
like
California, I've only been to Santa Monica Beach and Hermosa Beach, right? Which is in Venice.
I honestly have no idea.
It's right by Compton.
What's the one that's
It's right by Compton.
the big sidewalk and shit that goes and everybody's
The boardwalk?
That's Venice, right?
I don't know where that is.
They all have boardwalks. All the beaches have
That's
like a
called the boardwalk?
boardwalk thing where it's like over the beach and they have restaurants and crap like that. There's one in Santa Monica, but I think they have multiple ones and a lot of beaches they have them. So it's not just Santa Monica.
Yeah, when I was on the East Coast in Maryland, they had like the little boardwalk too. It was ran like a mile.
Oh,
It's called Ocean City. It was like you basically drive out and it's basically like an island kind of.
In
city.
Maryland?
Maryland, yeah, way on the East Coast, like right
And
above.
they serve like lobsters on a stick like they do
Dude, it
with
was-
corn here to them.
Tell them about Lupe and Rocky Point. When they went to Rocky Point,
Oh my God, we were Puerto
Remember-
Peñasco, Rocky Point.
there was a fucking
Yeah.
a restaurant that's like overhanging in the water.
Yeah, it was like
the
Rocky
water is
Point.
under you.
Okay, I know, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they had
yeah.
a deck, like it was on
Right,
ice.
right,
like,
right.
You just like you could see the waters right here, the ocean, like nice. Man, we're like we're gonna get to get some bomb ass seafood, and they freaking we ordered. I'm like I'm gonna get some mariscos,
Uh-huh.
some ceviche, and I think he got like a fried fish with like a side of whatever. My dad got steak
Yeah.
because he's a weirdo.
Uh-huh.
They come out. We're over here waiting for like 45 minutes an hour. They finally come out with the food. Everybody's pissed because it
Yeah.
took forever. And we know it's not that packed. You see the people are like,
They
it's
want
not.
you, yeah. They want you to get drunk first.
Maybe,
Oh
but
yeah.
We were there. The food came out. I ate my food. It was disgusting. The ceviche was nasty, man. Probably one of the worst ceviches I've ever had. And then Lupe was eating his fish super dry, like they left it in the freaking fryer way too long. That shit, he took like 2 bites and said, fuck this shit, I'm gonna throw him right back in the fucking ocean, fucking put it out of his mouth.
He said like you deserve better than this.
I'm sorry, bro.
Right over the
I'm
door.
sorry. Fucking this
Next to
is
the
you
table,
deserve this.
this is fucking that should be free again. Like,
But where's the waiters and shit at? Just hiding back in the back, not even to
Man,
be seen?
my tia Lisa, she was just talking shit the whole time. Like, what
She was
happened?
shouting, huh?
We came here, aquí venimos ayer, we came here yesterday and it was good. What happened? And they're like,
My
oh.
tia Lizzie always wants to go there though.
Yeah.
She always wants to
Yeah.
go there. That's what I heard.
And it was just, even the steak was dry and disgusting. Like, everything was just terrible. Bad. One of the worst restaurants I've been to. I would never go back there again.
Wow.
I didn't go that time, but the time I went to Rocky Point, yeah, I ordered a big ass burrito somewhere, and it was nasty. It was fucking ugly. It was big, it was huge, but it was fucking disgusting. It
You don't
didn't
know
taste
what
good.
you gotta be like Marty. You gotta know, you gotta go get street food and shit, but you gotta see
You can't go
where
to
the
tourist
locals are
places.
lined up and where they're eating all
That's
the
what
time.
you can't
And
go to
then you
tourist
go there.
places.
It might not be exciting, fucking big
Yeah.
presentation,
'Cause
but
that's what
the
they
fucking
do.
food's good, it's fresh, and that's why the locals are eating there.
Because we talked to a couple of locals and like, they do that. Like, they know all the white people and Americans come out here and they put out shit to like attract them. He's
And
like, you
then-
want to go to the local spots? And he gave us a couple of
Right.
spots. And one of the spots is pretty good. I'm like, God damn, it's the best meal I've had out here.
Because how are you gonna go to Mexico and get terrible ceviche? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, right? That's
Yeah.
weird.
And you're right next to the ocean. Like, you're the ocean's
Like, it's not
right
even that
below.
hard to do. Like, why not just do it right?
When
What
you're
the
doing
fuck?
seafood, it's gotta be fresh. If it's not fresh and stuff, not only that, if you've ever got food poisoning, which I have from smoked oysters in a can,
Yeah.
oh my god, it cost me $6,000, 2 days in the fucking Marriott Hospital.
God,
I was a
wow.
landscaper, right? This was back in when I was in my landscaping days. And we were over in Cave Creek or something doing a property, me and my crew. And my usual thing was like, what to get at the store? Everybody get burritos and all that. And my thing was, oh, I'm gonna get a can of fucking smoked oysters, you know, and one of those little things of saltine crackers, and just slam that and fucking Gatorade. Let's go. That's what I did. But as the day went on, it was fucking my gut started hurting and stuff. It's like, ugh. And then I started getting kind of cold, getting chills. And once we got back to the shop, we unloaded equipment shit. I got to my truck to go drive home, and then I just started throwing up fucking like, and it was like bright red acidic liquid just whap. And then I got the shits. I had to drop my pants, grab my fucking tailgate of my truck. We're at the shop. It's way up there, the fucking out in the field. And then I shit, and it just came out like fucking water, and it burnt. It was like a battery acid, like a full battery of the acid just going through me and out my ass, right?
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And then I got home, got to my apartment in Avondale, and I was like, oh, fuck it. And I just laid down, and then I kept getting colder and colder and colder, and finally I said, fuck. I bit the bullet, and I called my mom, and she came, got me, and took me to the emergency down the street. there on Litchfield Road. And when I went in there, I went and shit up more and more than acid, and just burning. And I thought, okay, now I'm gonna be better. Now I'm gonna be better. No, and this shit kept coming out like being possessed in a fucking like exorcist or something. It's like, where's this fluid coming from? I'm gonna die any second because I'm throwing out gallons, dude, gallons. And they fucking finally get me in there. They say, oh shit, we're gonna have to send you to fucking hospital. We're gonna stabilize you and put a bunch of fucking IVs, yeah. Took me to fucking Maryville, and then they start pumping my stomach, and the doctor say, well, I goes, what did you? I go, fucking oysters. He goes, those things live on the bottom of the ocean. They live off of shit of everything that swims in the ocean. It's the worst thing you could fucking eat.
Oysters?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And he's got the tube up and he's sucking it out. And it's like, I can't believe they're getting anything out of stomach because I've been shitting for like 4 hours.
Can you puke?
But to the point where I'm cold and ready to die or something, you know? And then, okay, it got over with and everything. And then the next day, it's okay, we got to do the paperwork and everything. And I go, and then I had a health insurance for where I worked at. I thought I did. It was deducted on my chest and everything. Come to find out, I didn't. I didn't have it. The shady place that I worked at, they said that I did and had it on it like did, but I didn't. And so I got stuck with like paying $6 grand and took my 2 years to pay that shit off for a $2 can of smoked oysters.
You ever ate oysters ever since?
Yeah. It's about it's all about freshness and shit with fucking. And I won't eat. I'll eat a cup of china or something, but at a place I know that makes it right or anything, you know. But like you said, you take your chance. You know, if it's real nasty, your body tells you don't eat it.
You can smell that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've eaten a shit ton of raw fish. A shit ton.
Fucking, you know, it would be a bird for a girl, but if she stinks real bad down there, it's like,
same thing.
Dude, wash that shit. You know something's going on down there.
And they're like,
come on.
You fucking grab the lights off.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch. I smell a lot of prohibition down there, so what the fuck's going on? I'm a little bit suspicious.
Just marinating.
No, I don't want the lights on it. I was like, oh,
the lights on. You go back up, you're like, hold on.
No, not even, dude. Come on.
Let me think.
Yeah, that's bad.
That shit just right off my brain.
That shit just...
Okay, so what country would you go visit? You're the globetrotter, been everywhere, all over the nation. What interests you at this point in time in your life?
If I was gonna go, same scenario, for a month, I'd probably go... probably go to like Italy or something.
Italy?
Yeah.
So you want to visit Mario and Luigi and shit?
Okay, I'm gonna eat some just bomb
Food.
Italian food, and then like, I don't know, just some fucking gay ass wine tasting or something. Like,
yeah.
And they have like beautiful fucking countries out there, like the whole.
I mean, people
go
live
wine
for
tasting.
1,000 years, you know, and they developed like, and the way they have the little towns and everything's like terracotta and painted is all the same way. And
yeah, maybe I could pick up on some Italian that's not exactly Spanish at all, but.
No, it is. You could totally get on there.
I know
people that go over there.
I think I can pick up on some
Spanish, yeah.
So I think that'd be badass. Maybe if I meet an Italian girl out there, get her pregnant.
So it kind of be like visiting the mother country.
Shit, if I was going, I would go see the
That-
fucking.
Italy, Spain, right?
Or something.
Italy,
Go
Spain,
there
kind of.
and I'd go see where they make the fucking swords and the knives. I would like to go on a fucking a tour where you go like to fucking Solinger, Germany, fucking Spain, these places that historically that made armor and armory and steel and swords.
What I wants to
for
go like on
years.
a country crawl,
And
like a bar crawl, but with countries.
Country crawl? What's
I
that?
just made that up. But there's a bar crawl where you sign up and then they'll take you from bars to bars, like.
Because they all
Country
suck, you don't
crawl.
want to stay at this. At
I don't know why they do bar crawls. I've never done one. He's done bar crawls. I haven't.
Really? What
That's
is
the only
that?
reason I know about it.
They just take you to like
Amsterdam. I mean, we'd all go there,
Oh
right?
yeah, I'll go to Amsterdam.
We go there. I'd hang out there.